I'm here with the main event winner, Anthony Smith, fresh out of the Octagon, man. Looks like you just came straight from the cage to here, and I'm sure a lot of thoughts are going through your mind, but try and put them into words for us.
Oh, relief. You know, I'm just relieved. Let's just keep thinking about this. You know, it's just overwhelming sometimes, you know, and just had a tough year, and I just really wanted to cap it off with a win. My family deserved it. You know, my kids and wife, like everyone sacrifices so much for me to be able to do what I do. So my coaches, you know, and my teammates, you know, like there's a lot of times where Mark's paying extra attention to me because I need the extra work when it could be going to other guys. And everybody sacrifices here. So I'm just really happy.
Yeah. Well, do you feel that's pressure to me? Did you feel that pressure coming to the arena? I mean, what was it like, you know, getting in the car, coming over to the Apex tonight and knowing that you needed a win after back-to-back losses?
Yeah, but I put it on myself, though, and I did that on purpose. Like, you know, saying the things that I said, you know, like back when I was going on that run at 85 and then at the beginning of 205, like, you know, we talked. I was so sure of myself, you know, and as things went on, it was almost like, not that I wasn't sure, but I was kind of indifferent, you know, and so by me texting Dana and telling him, like, I'll make sure you don't regret making this 5 rounds, I put a lot of pressure on myself because you don't make promises to the boss and not come through and it end up working out for you. It just doesn't. But I did that on purpose to make sure that I know what's at stake. You know, it's like I need the stakes have to be higher. And, you know, I'm fighting an unranked guy at number 6 in the world. Like it's pressure in itself. I don't know. I don't know. I think I lived in the pressure better than I have in the past.
You know, we talked about it coming into this fight that you had to have some honest questions with yourself and say, you know, I believe I can still be an elite fighter, but I have to start acting like it. I have to eliminate some distractions. When you were having those conversations with yourself, I mean, what was it? You've had a long career, even at a young age. I also think there was potentially a hangover effect that, like you just mentioned, you get to the top against John Jones, that doesn't go your way, and you got to get back on the horse a little bit, right? I mean, when you asked yourself those questions and now, you know, having that relief of a win, what was it over the last year that has kind of led to some of these setbacks?
You know, now that I'm coming off a win, I guess I can talk about some of them. But, you know, going into the Glover fight, it was right during the pandemic. I was banged up. My house had just gotten broken into. Like, I wasn't in a mental state that I should have been fighting in. Like, I couldn't focus. I had so many other things that were more important at the time than the fight. You know, my family was just in shambles. And then going into the Rakic fight, I think I overlooked him a little bit, to be honest with you. I think watching him fight, he doesn't have like a super wide set of skills to where like you're fighting John Jones and Gus, and like there's so many things to worry about with those guys. It was a relief to go into it with Rakic and think, like I'll beat him anywhere, you know? So it's not that I wasn't prepared. I just think that I overlooked his abilities in some places. I didn't expect him to be able to hold me down. So that never even crossed my mind that he would be on top of me for any amount of time. Going into a fight with Devin Clark, I suspected I'd be on the bottom at some point in time. He's just that good of a grappler. So I think it's a lot of things, but those are probably two of the main ones in those two fights.
There's not a whole lot of fight to talk about tonight. You got the job done pretty quickly, but he did come out rather aggressively. It did look like he landed a right hand. You guys are scrambling to the ground. You know, again,
did you see that takedown though?
Short fight, but yeah, what can you tell us about it? What were your thoughts on the fight itself?
Man, so he does that a lot at the beginning. He closes distance really fast and then throws a big overhand punch. So like you're kind of leaning back from it anyways. So it didn't even really hit me that hard. It just kind of knocks you off balance. I've been working my wrestling really hard with Mark and with Cody Brundage. Cody's a much better wrestler than Devin is. So I've been getting just mauled for like 8 weeks, you know? Yeah. So it was cool to like get to that double underhook position that I can get to on Cody sometimes, but actually finish it. Like it was a lot of, you know, that was fun. So like I've always said, I can wrestle. It's just a matter of me doing it. And, you know, I thought I was going to get a twister, kind of chasing that bonus check. Yeah. But he was so strong. I just couldn't get my bottom hand free. He scrambled to the top because that's what he does. And I was actually trying to get the wrist control so I could stand up. But he kind of just let me control it. So I jumped the triangle and got to finish. And I couldn't even get his arm across his face to finish it. I had to get the angle because he is so strong. It was crazy how strong that guy is.
Yeah. Well, and after the fight, you screamed. I could hear it from all the way back here. And you said, I'm not going anywhere. Who are you talking to there?
I think myself a little bit. You know, I think that the masses, you know, the media is pretty good to me, but there's some jerks out there for sure. I think just everyone, you know, if you just kind of look over Twitter or you look over Instagram, like there's a lot of people counting me out that I can't do it anymore, that my head's not in it, that I'm not healthy, that I'm not focused, that I don't want it, and that's not the case. I want this more than I ever have. So I think that's just, you know, that's just that internal feeling coming out. Like I'm not going anywhere. Like as much as you guys want to get rid of me, like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. And you mentioned in the post-fight interview that you'll take whatever fights come to you. But I want to ask you, what fights do you think should come to you? Because, yeah, you did have sort of an up and down year. You did come into this fight ranked number 6. So what do you think makes sense for you moving forward?
That's a good question, man. I really don't know. I'm not going to sit here in this chair as happy as I am and tell you that I deserve this top 5 guy or whatever. Like, I don't know what I deserve right now. But I'll take, I'll take whatever. I seen Paul Craig was looking for a fight and mentioned my name. Like, I really don't care, man. I just want to fight, and I want to just keep this ball rolling. Like, you know how it is. I do really well when I'm fighting consistently and I'm running out there and I'm feeling comfortable in the octagon. So, and I just want to keep fighting and getting better. I really do. I know that sounds cliche and that's the cookie cutter answer, but that's really how it is.
Yeah. Well, it was fun, listening to you talk all week and then getting that first triangle win since 2015, man. 6 years since you locked up a triangle. So, and then your 50th pro fight, nonetheless.
Was it?
So, yes, congratulations on 50 fights. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.